Hi there, it's Captain Halfling here. Hey, check it out. We've got McFarlane's Superpowers Wave 9. Wave 9 is what we're up to now. And still no Joker or Lex Luthor, but that's okay. This time, at least we've got the Riddler. Now, it's pretty awesome because the Riddler was never released on Superpowers. It was released under Super Amigos, and it was released with, what was it, Toy Biz DC Superheroes, but never, ever was it released under Superpowers. So we're going to take a look at these. And also, something I noticed that this Superman cape here, or Bizarro cape, but it's Superman cape, it's the size of the classic figures, and this color of blue, this shade of blue, is the size of a classic figure from Toy Biz. Not kidding. So let's get down to it. Let's start checking this out. Now, the first thing I want you to look at is, of course, the packaging. We're going to take a look at the box here. This is pretty neat Riddler. When everything is said and done, it looks like they took their 7-inch figure and just made him a little smaller. Now, the back, you see all that. Just normal, typical stuff there. But let's get down to the figure. Let's open this that bad boy up. All right. While I cut him open, big Riddler will wave at you. So, actually, before I get too into it, check this out. This is kind of neat. Just to give you a comparison of what they look like in the box. The only figure that we ever got was this. So it's a neat little comparison there. You can see how they're very similar. Very, very similar. This one obviously has a lot more question marks on them, though. No question about it. Still, this is what I used with my superpowers for the longest time. One of these guys. So you can see him in a second. Let's continue cutting this bad boy open. So, right. Just gonna use my handy dandy box cutter around the sides here to try to make sure it doesn't I don't like how this open box is kind of a jerk move to me. Box art is art. So if it can be preserved, preserve it. Why not, right? Why not? Who's it hurting? Let me get this out of that. I think I can. Yep. All right. So here we have Riddler. Well, this one's definitely made out of a more rubbery material, similar to the, like I said before, the Math-X figure, or Robin's figure, but like the Math-X Superman I have, or Homelander, you'll definitely notice it's soft, and it will probably go on one peg stand because the feet are so close together like this. So you only need one peg stand for this, unlike some figures where you need one for each foot. There should not be an issue with this one. And it's pretty easy to stand up too. Not hard at all, really. I say that. Okay. I'm a bit eager to look. So let's line them up first. You'll notice it's the same green. Gray. It's the same green that is on here. That's here. It's probably the same paint, but where they went different was with the purple. This is more periwinkle, and that's more purple. So this has a little more blue in it, and yeah, it matches this guy almost spot on. Little right in between the color palette there. So it doesn't come with any accessories. It doesn't come with a cane or anything like that. Nothing fun. So we're just gonna put those guys aside and move on to the next one. Now we're gonna move on to Superman next. So first off, this Superman is a much lighter Superman. You're gonna notice that right away, especially when you look at the previous versions of this figure. From McFarlane, you're going to see previous versions are much darker. So, you're going to notice that it's definitely a lighter blue. I love lighter blue Superman. It's my favorite. On camera, it's coming off pretty well. It almost matches this here, but it's even lighter than this, I believe. Let's get into this bad boy. I can't wait to see this. I'll show you that compared to what it, because it's going to be very similar to this. Now this one is a little sun damaged, so it's kind of hard for me to get at it. The one that it is in mint conditions up in a place that I don't really want to risk knocking stuff over. So, but you can compare the shades. Are pretty spot on, I believe, in color here. They're very, very similar. And the type box, of course, was not a Superpowers box. It was a DC Toy Biz box. So that's a little different. There we go. And so put that guy there. He can just kind of look over at you. That's an original cape too, by the way. When I take out this right here, I like to keep this version of Superman in my crystal computer. And you can see that this cape is a reproduction, obviously way too long, but it's neat. So let me get into this guy. Like I say, it's always best if you can try to save the box art. If you like to try to sell stuff, you put the box away, just the card itself, and you sell it, say in 10 years or whatever, with the card actually increases the value of the figure itself. So, because a lot of people, if they can't have it in box, they at least would like to be able to have the card that came with it. Now, that doesn't make it, like the same price as a mint figure by any means, but it does increase the value if you have any of the original accessories that came with it, or contest card entries, things like that, all will increase the value of your figure on the secondhand market. Now, I'm ready to open. And I'll do a full review of all these later on once I've had a chance to really look at them, because I hate unboxing videos. Doing videos like this is tedious, right? Yeah, so you see the Superman is pretty spot on with this guy here when it comes to color. The S is obviously much wider. It's almost sort of reminiscent of like Lois and Clark Superman. Hey, oh right, yeah, just come off like that, yeah, haha. And if you've noticed in the ad, they don't put it on like this in the ad anymore. No, now they're starting to do this thing where they fold in the little pleats there on the cape, the lapels. Ooh, and now the lapel go bye-bye, it vanish. Vunus. Okay, there we go. pretty good. I wish it would fold a little bit easier. But yeah, that's not so bad. I can do that. Work at it a little bit here. Wants to keep popping out, but hold on, let me just. Yeah, look at that. Much better. Much cooler. Way more slick. What that looks like in the back would just simply be this. I think the S is just way too large for these Superman figures. You can see the size. I made it here. And I felt that this was a little too high. The original was like this. So you can see the vast difference in size of the cape and the size of the S. And also notice the paint stamping is different on this because it is a Toy Biz instead of Kenner. Whereas this one, paint is more full. It's iron on. It's not even paint. But I'm very happy with this because when you compare this to this guy or this guy right here, now keep in mind this is not a factory cape. This is a cape I made, so the regular ones look a little different and they're really cheap looking. This fabric here is very, 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 very close to the fabric on the original cape here. Actually, I'm going to look at that again in a second, but just notice how these blues are very different. You got your mid-grade, you got dark, and light. Out of the three, this is the one I like the most, just like I like the Toy Biz figure, because it's got blue paint, and it's also got another feature this one doesn't have. This guy's got a magnet inside of him, so when you put your little kryptonite ring up to it, it'll knock him over or make him shake or whatever. It's silly and stupid and fun all in one. So, and we're gonna move on to Bizarro, making a little mess here with figures over to the side. But hey, you know what? Instead of Bizarro, let's go ahead and check out this guy, because I feel like they just miniaturized the figure to make this new Batman. I say new in very loose quotes because I don't even know if I'm going to open it yet, because I'm just looking at it going, well, what would be the point? It's the exact same Batman from like Wave 4. It's the exact same mold. It's just a different paint scheme. So nothing really different to expect there, except for no, there's nothing different to expect. This is the same exact fabric, same exact everything. It's the same toy. As soon as you like hearing me say, it's the same toy. It really is. It's another thing. But what they did was they gave it this guy's paint scheme. This was Nightfall Black, I think. Yeah, Nightfall Black, or gray and black. Pretty cool looking action figure. I liked it when I got it and did a little review then. Called All the Nightfalls. Check that out. But this is something I got not because I wanted it, but simply because it's part of the collector's set, and I've got a boy on the way, so I made sure to get an extra couple for him and his friends. So yeah, I'm not even going to open this guy. I don't feel like it. I don't think there's a purpose in doing so. Just gonna wait till my son opens it in a few years. Now, let's look at Bizarro here. He looks really cool. I love this Bizarro. I mean, for one, we've got a bad guy, and, We don't get a lot of bad guys with this line for some reason. We get a whole lot of the superheroes, but anyway. Love the necklace. Love the attention to detail on the face. Of course, it's the same body sculpt as we see here. Same exact everything there. Not really surprising. But what is surprising is the length of the cape appears to be different. It appears to be much shorter. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be the way it's just in there, but it does appear to be shorter. And we're going to check that out in just a second. This is not just Superman's face either that's been painted gray, which you can easily do and get away with, no problem. But this is an entirely a different head sculpt. So let's see. We'll take a look at it when I take it out of the box. But totally different head sculpt. And you've got, of course, the gray hands and the backward S necklace. But besides the very minor details, it's a Superman action figure. What I'm actually shocked. I really am quite surprised that they actually did an entire head sculpt just for Bizarro, since he really is Superman with a little. I mean, you could just make a Superman with a different paint scheme, and the different paint will make it look like. Will make it look a lot better. Gotta love doing unboxing videos. Love packaging. Love all this useless packaging. See, and now I say, if you want to save it and sell it, I'm not going to ever sell these. So the most of these I will collect would be this right here. Would just be to be able to put it back in later. I doubt I will keep this part of the shell. But I just like having that box art because it's neat. So I get this guy out. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is shorter. And it has a backward S on it, too. Which is a little unfortunate. I mean, it's supposed to be that way, but... He's having the same problem that all of them have lately. It's the stick-out lapels. There we go. Pop. Yep, there we are. You see how this just popped out? Yeah, it's because of the necklace that he's wearing that's making it a little more difficult. Oop, I just popped the camera. Sorry there, guys. But yeah, it's just a little more difficult because he's got this necklace on. It says he's number one. Brainiac number one, always. So, anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's my normal voice, right? Yeah, check this guy out. Like, look at this head sculpt. Like, really, let's see if we can get a good shot here. Wow, look at that. These are all kind of impressive. Like I said, it's not just a Superman head sculpt either. You can compare the two together and you can see how they're very alike and very different, which is exactly what you want when dealing with Bizarro and Superman, which I don't know why it won't zoom in. Well, anyway, you can. Yeah, there we go. Pop. Yeah, great. So, to reiterate, the Superman, I would definitely advise on getting a few of. I ordered, I think 3 or 4 because when I saw, I'm not wild about the face because it almost looks like a grimacing kind of a grin or something instead of it being an actual smile. But whatever, okay. Um, of course, there are reused parts and some of these things and like leg stuff, but this is about as perfect as a superpower figure I've seen McFarlane make. I like it so much because I love that light blue. I just wish that the head sculpt was a bit different. I wish his mouth was closed. This one, on the other hand, I had to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being amazing, of course, this guy definitely takes it. I mean, look at that. That is perfect. If I was just looking, I would think this is a Superman cape from the 80s era when capes were not giant cloths you would drag on the floor. And my cameras keep going out of focus. I'm going to get away from that. But yeah, he doesn't look out of place. This guy standing in front of the crystal computer by any means. He looks all right. So, and I'm back over looking at Riddler again out of the box. It's only improved. I mean, I was very happy with my original version that I have of him from the 80s, which would be this guy. Really, really happy with him already, but this is definitely better. It's far superior. I would pick this any day of the week. So yeah, definitely. And then the Batman doesn't even deserve a look over at it. It's just, it is what it is, you know. So if you can find these, get them because they're pretty awesome. I dig them. Can't wait to do an actual review of when I've looked at them a bit and figured out maybe a way like to fix this way the cape hangs. I mean, I might make another cape anyway, but So, this is Superpowers Wave 9. And, alright, guys. Well, thank you once again. Keep on having fun. Please like and subscribe. I know most of the people who watch my videos do not like or subscribe. So please guys, remember to do that. And I'll talk to you again later. Captain, have fun out.